Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replays. Well, on the north side is the blue Chinese. We have DLCcivslame. And spawn bottom side is the red Spanish, who has Swisherguts. Probably butchered that. Or when it comes to natives map, we've got the House of Oldenburg, which can give you out some rural huntsmen, a villager alternative, and the northern musketeer. A musketeer only costs food. And also down here, also the House of Oldenburg as well, so both of them have the same natives. Some maps only have 2 7 natives depending on which side of the map you're on. Pumbaa does go down there to give him some food. Yu Fang, that looks like a randomly generated name, not a custom name. And down here we've got Westbrot, which sounds like actually a custom name. He is going for a trade post there. Spanish do excel in shipments. And Chinese excels in being mass productionists. We will be start obtaining a little bit of wood there. Railway materials. Spanish has a dex now selected. It is called water. Let's get villagers. Fish market. Boats gather from food from fish and coin from whales faster. So 25 or 20% increase. That's not bad. Schooners, villagers. Schooners make your fishing boats cheaper. We've got villagers, wood, coin, rodeados, rendering plant. Boats gather food and coin faster. So that's basically fish market, but times 2. Not bad. There are 4 whales on the map. We got caravels, which can also fish. Improved warships. All warships get attack increase and damage by 25%, which actually is quite significant for something at age 2, but of course most people don't really have naval decks. Wood, rodeados, cavalry combat, lancers, calabrados, or however you pronounce that, falconets, liberation march, frigate, hired armored pistoliers, lancers, heavy cannon, factory. You know as well, his buoy is over here, while this buoy is his opponent. So if he goes for fish over here, he doesn't have to worry about any cards his opponent may deploy on the field, but it's a good chance he won't have any cards. We do have Disciple Rush. Designed for disciples. He's attacking the Spanish dog. Pinto, the doggo, does eat a disciple. You got the T-Export, Northern Refugees, Year of the Tiger. For each 2 disciples you've lost, you get a pet white tiger. The maximum of 12. Food, wood, coin, Juco News, Mandarin Duck Squad, Playing Pikemen, Step Riders, Diplomatic Intrigue, Harassing Shields, Coin, Arquebusts, Chengdo Swordsman, Territorial Army Combat, Iron Flails, Double Face Army, Armor, Meteor Hammers, Intervention, Iron Manchurian Cavalry Archers, Iron Ming Iron Troops, Walk the Rice Paper, ships a second Chinese monk, enables him to for the rest of the game. The second Shaolin Master, it doesn't sound like it adds an additional monk stuff, and Flying Crows Infinite. He's not bringing the White Pagoda, which I believe is the disciple structure. The White Pagoda ships disciples, and Sacred Vault increases stats of the Shaolin Master and disciples, and the latter's trained limit. So this would ship disciple and has Sacred Vault. So I'm not so sure how many additional disciples he'll get, but he will get 4 initial, and has a shipment available. The Spanish also has a shipment available. He's going for the governor. Red does have a dock here. Blue has villagers up here. We got as well as a forward village and consulates designed for French shipments. He does have T-Export. Sorry about that. I sneezed. Playing Pikeman not being shipped on in. Let's see. He can go for Diplomatic Intrigue as well. He does get a bit of an export trickle here, as well as 100 export, which will give him his first consulate there. So he has the French, which can give out some, grenadiers. Number of disciples spawn on the field. He could go for some dogs. Dogs not bad, help engage his opponent. Fighting pikemen, both items good siege. We got a monster here. He may be eyeing for some mercenaries or outlaws. And he brings the shipment in. Villagers can't support shipments. Now we've got a massive assault here of disciples and fighting pikemen. Fighting pikemen do have 30 siege attacks, so that's good siege attack. Disciples only have 5. They do less damage versus villagers, but they do decent damage versus military units. He's going to try torching down housing. He's going to try to pop cap his opponent, which he will be successful here. Going for another shipping boat, so he does have some food out of the sea. He does have an outpost here, provides some fire support as well. Townsend only has 4 villagers inside, so it's not doing max damage. Militia's been brought on in. He does have the schooners. Just gonna hold off. We do now have a shipment of step riders from the step rider shipment, which they do bone sandwich, or no, they don't do bone sandwich villagers. They may say go at raiding villagers or buildings, but they don't get their bone sandwich versus villagers until you get Mongolian Scourge. However, they do have 25 siege damage, which is actually pretty good for one pop unit like that. So they have good siege damage. Going to destroy another house. This will put him pop again. We got another musketeers. They need to go to melee mode. They're going to bash some of the step riders in melee. They are 1 population cavalry unit, so they're not good against musketeers. They have 15 damage with ×2 versus infantry, and with half damage versus heavy. So they will do half damage versus musketeers. Or normal damage, because that also does equal out. House going on up. Over here we do have dock has gone down to the fighting pikeman. Very nice. He has another dock over here, so he has 30 workers versus 22. Got the Mandarin Duck Squad now before the field, Chuku News and some flamethrowers. Those will both be effective versus those musketeers. He does have 3 militia remaining and of course 3 musketeers. The militia could get burned alive quite easily by the flamethrower. Rodeados not being deployed on Ouch, which will be effective versus nothing really except for the step riders. We got some repentant cannoneers. That must have been the mercenaries he was able to get from the monastery. Very nice. And these are an obelisk gun variant. They do siege damage. Bone sandwich is heavy, so they will do bone sandwich of Rodeados. Rodeados more or less a frontline unit. Dogs are neither heavy nor light, so we've got some doggos going for you. Some dogs being burned alive. Fiesta looks like the last dog remaining. Got the musketeers needs. Oh, they're trying to run away from the flamethrower. Get some damage to the flamethrower. Does have 65 range resist. Rodeados and Fiesta does take up the flamethrower. Rodeados just tying up the fighting pikeman melee. They do 11 damage versus something probably equally as bad. So making a counterattack does keep these units bay. The repentant cannoneers are very resilient, however. At 20% range is not actually that high. Fiesta is still alive. Good defense there by Red. He has sent these villagers onto the whale. So he's maintaining income from whales. They do collect slower than miners. Base mining speed is 0.6. Coin collection from whales is 0.5. However, they do cost. These fishing boats right now cost half of a villager. Fishing boats are not necessarily cost of. They are cost effective. They're just not population effective. The Spanish player, if he finds more of the repentant cannoneers, going for more dogs would be actually pretty good. And Chukunos do also boost bonus infantry, so he needs to get another round of dogs. He's bringing another round of dogs. Some good boys. Chukunos have horrendously bad siege damage. Repentant cannoneers also have bad siege damage as well. We do not got Queso, Cantina. Another Queso? Cantina, Ceviche, and T. Chulio. Looks at some Dismonks there, get some good critical strike damage, getting pretty lucky with that. The disciples are just pretty RNG. Dogs are being put down. The Chinese is working for the ATF. More disciples being gunned down. Disciples do cost 80 food. And they offer higher DPS than the Rodeados and playing pikemen in melee. Still got a good number of musketeers here. Gunning down some of the repentant cannoneers. Falling back. Villager's trying to migrate over here. He does have, of course, that fish. He's not building any more fishing boats. He does not have any wood. Trying to defend himself. He's inside not the outpost, but the town center. Town center gets increased damage per villager garrison. Fire for some musketeers now. He has plenty of resources at the moment, but he should not be aging up. Repentant cannoneers are classified as light infantry, if I remember correctly. Yes. He also needs to pull out some more dogs. And now going for this shipment. So that's the best shipment he can go, honestly, right now. Everything else is not useful. Musketeers having blown field. He needs to get out wood in order to get out another barracks. He's just lost his. He's aging up. I highly disagree with that. He's going for the scout. Now I got some young grenadiers, multiple groups of young grenadiers on the field. They do have 45 siege damage. Deploying another round of dogs. Dog down. There's a limit, build limit 5. Townsend is taking quite a bit of a beating. He will out DPS the build time. Dogs push forward, getting some damage there. But the dog's not going to see some hits there from the young guard. Villagers do evacuate the town center. They need the villagers, if they're going to use the fight, they need to go into melee mode. They have damage in melee, no real proper damage in defense. And got more disciples now pulling out. 10 out of 10 at the moment. And I've got a number of ration shields. This Spanish player just getting overwhelmed, should not have aged up and just eyed to get enough wood to get out another barracks. He has enough wood for another barracks. I can see why he wanted to age up to get out skirmishers. But he fought against a large number of light infantry units. Maybe squeezing out a stable would have been useful to get out some hussars. Disciples don't do any bonus damage. Except versus mercenaries, and Red does cast the GG and backs out of the game. That's Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.